Aylsworth Razors was born with the single-minded focus of solving one of the most persistent nuances in daily life, shaving discomfort. Frustrated with irritation caused by cheaply made disposables, and unwilling to accept a choice between comfort and effectiveness, Aylsworth set out to create something better. By rethinking every detail of the shaving experience, they built a razor that eliminates the frustrations and enhances everything that makes shaving feel great. Enter an entirely new class of razor, precision-made, intuitive to use, highly effective, and with replacement blades that cost 20 times less than disposable cartridges. The results are in and the signal is clear. Aylsworth razors have redefined the face of shaving in the best possible way. The Apex SS Pro is designed in Canada by UX experts and machined from marine-grade stainless steel to exacting standards. The Apex SS Pro is no ordinary razor. A single, high-precision blade and ideal cutting angle reduce irritation, while perfectly optimized blade extension ensures intuitive ease of use and a flawless shave on every pass. And this is what I'm going to be shaving with, so stay tuned. This is the Aylsworth Apex SS Pro. This one's in a different configuration from my last shave. My last shave was in the standard plate. This one's in the plus plate. The plus plate is recommended for, well, it's recommended as not a daily driver. It's recommended for gentlemen with coarse, thick beards, really thick hair. And the plus plate is recommended for seasonal, experienced wet shavers. This guy here weighs about 106 grams. And the blade gap on this guy is 0.99 millimeters. And the blade exposure is 0.125 millimeters. This guy is designed in Canada and it is manufactured in Hong Kong. So the first time I shaved with this guy, I shaved with the standard base plate. The standard base plate is 0.07 millimeters as far as the blade gap is concerned. And the standard base plate comes with a blade exposure of 0.05 millimeters. Again, I'm going with the unscented soap by American Vintage Soap Company. It was recommended to me by a couple of my buddies that to get the best performance from this soap to do a bowl lather. So that's what I did. I was in here a couple times, did a few bowl lathers, did some face lathers, and come to the conclusion that yeah, you get a really good performance from this soap with a bowl lather, and I got a good performance with it as a face lather also. But I guess it just depends on you. The big difference was that, well, I wasn't experienced with the soap. I got it and I immediately shaved with it, and I wasn't in here playing with it, getting familiar with it. So I think that's what the big variable was. But I'm gonna dip my brush in the water here. And what am I using today? I am using the what is this? The Solar Flare by Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, or Phoenix Shaving Now. But I dipped it in the water. I'm gonna get all this water out of here, and then let's start loading this guy. I did 3 bowl lathers with it, and yeah, I got some really good lathers with it. I'm a face lather. I just feel more comfortable doing a face lather. You can dial it in really well with a bowl lather. Whoa, slipped out of my hand. And there was no problem with that lather. It's not as fun. It's not as exhilarating. Is that the right word? Shit, I don't know. But it wasn't as fun, so I'm gonna do a face lather though, because that's where all the fun's at, man. If I don't do a face lather, I'm missing my favorite part of the shave. I don't want to do that. All right, I have this brush loaded up pretty good here, so I'm gonna get my face wet. I'm gonna get this painted on, and I just realized that I don't have a blade in that razor, so we'll get this painted on. And if you could see, I have about 5 days of growth here. So we'll get this painted on. We'll get a blade in that razor here. Like I said, the variable of this soap, the first time I used it, I said it was a really good soap. I said the cushion wasn't the best, but it was really, really good. I didn't want to make it sound like, you know, it was subpar soap. It's really, really good soap. I've just been using some outstanding soaps lately. So I could have went without saying that it wasn't the best, because I don't want to make it sound like it's okay, because it's better than okay. This is really, really good soap. So there, I got it painted on my face. Let's get it on my mustache too. Okay, that's good there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this razor here. You can see that, hopefully you can see, my camera sucks, that there's a black buffering at the base of this barrel here. So I'll show you. I'm going to get this barrel off, then I'm going to separate the base plate and the top cap here. And there is the buffering. And I really like that. You know me, whenever it's metal to metal, I really like there to be a buffer ring there when it's metal to metal. So I'm going to grab this razor here, this razor blade, and yeah, I'm going with the, see if you can see that, I'm going with the feather. I think I've got like 5 shaves on this guy, so I'm just going to continue to use it. I don't know how many shaves you can get off a razor. I know some guys have run those experiments to see how many shaves you can get off of one razor blade. I just use it until it just doesn't feel good anymore, and then I'll change it out. I don't keep count. I like to go by feel. Should we do this over? I was loading this razor and I didn't even show you guys what I did. Let's do this over. Okay, here's the top cap. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. I just loaded it without showing. So I'm going to put the razor blade on it. I thought I dropped it. I'm going to put the razor blade on it like that. And then I will take this base plate. I'll put this base plate on. Just make sure that the tabs are in there. And then I'm going to grab this buffer ring here. And I'm going to stick the buffer ring on it. And then I will attach the barrel here. Get this barrel mounted on here. So I'm going to snug it down very lightly. I could feel it all clamped together. I'm going to back it off and then I'm going to clamp it down again. I just do that just for myself. Does it make a difference? I don't know. But I do that to make sure everything's aligned very well. Hopefully you can see the razor blade in there is aligned really well. It makes me feel better, so that's why I do it. So, all right, I'm going to get my face wet. I've got my brush here. And let's start building a beautiful lather with this.
Step inside where the mirrors glow. Old school chairs in a steady flow. Hot towel steam like a desert breeze. Still in silence, a man at ease. Brush in hand, hear the rhythm begin. Circles dancing across the skin. Time slows down, the world fades away. At El Mescalero, we do it our way. Hear the whisper of the blaze so clean. Feel the craft in every scene. We're building clouds of lather up to the lather dome. In a place where every man can feel at home. From a GN razor glide to a straight razor tone. Yeah, Mescalero shaving. This is where it's hard, smooth like thunder, sharp like chrome. Building clouds of lather up to the lather dome. Bottle clinks after shaving the air. Notes of cedar wood, bold and rare. Edge meets stubble with a careful hand. A ritual only few understand. Steel sings low as it clears the way. Every stroke keeps the rough at bay. Old traditions in a modern day. Carved in leather we find our stay. Hear the whisper of the blade so true. Every past reveals the new. We're building clouds of lather up to the lather room. In a place where every man can feel at home. From a GN razor glide to a straight razor tone. Yeah, Mescalero shaving. This is where it's hard, smooth like thunder, sharp like chrome. Building clouds of lather up to the lather dome. Rush here, just the art and the blade. In every line, a legacy made. From father to son, the stories are told. In silver, steel, and brushes of gold. We're building clouds of lather up to the lather dome. Where the edge meets skin like a poet's poem. From a GN razor glide to a straight razor throne. Yeah, Mescalero shaving, you'll never shave alone. Smooth like thunder, sharp like chrome. Building clouds of lather up to the lather dome.
All right, I think we're pretty much there with this soap here. I got it hydrated very well. It feels really slick on my face. It's got decent density there, so let's check the peaks here. Yeah, it's got decent peaks. The peaks are dropping. I'm going to stop right there, and we're going to start shaving here. All right, I'm going to take my razor. I'm going to dip it in the water just to get it lubricated, and then we're going to start shaving. Let's see how this plus plate feels. Very lightly, no pressure. Wow, that's a lot of slickness there. I thought I hydrated it more than I usually do. And yeah, that made a big difference. Well, on the Aylsworth website, they said they didn't recommend using this plus plate as a daily driver. I think you absolutely can. It feels fine to me. Wow, such a nice, that's BBS right there. I am going against the grain though on my first pass. It doesn't really bother me. And they also said that they don't recommend this for beginners. I probably would say get a little bit of time under your belt before you use this plus plate, but there's nothing aggressive about it, or dangerous about it, which would make me tell somebody, yeah, don't use it as a daily driver. I would use it as a daily driver. That was the first pass. Let's rinse off right there, see where we're at. Whoa, I'm pretty much BBS. I got a little tiny bit right here, which that's my trouble area, and then my mustache. I'll go against the grain there because I went with the grain so it can be touched up, but I'm good everywhere except right here in my trouble area, and that's very minimal. Usually I have more than that, and I usually have some here too, so we're gonna touch that up. I'm gonna get a little bit of lather on my face here, on my neck area and my mustache area. We'll touch these areas up here. See how that feels? Oh, that's perfect. All right, then we'll go against the grain on the mustache very, very lightly here. Perfect. I'm going to get rinsed off really well here. All right, as I'm rinsing off here, I have tons and tons of residual slickness here on my face. This residual is, yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of residual on my face. All right, I'm going to leave my face wet like that. I'm going to take my Allen block, dip it in the water here. And let's go over and see what this guy says. So far, I have nothing here, nothing on my chin or my neck area. I do have a little bit here because I got a pimple right here that I shaved off. I don't know what's up with these pimples. Thought you were supposed to stop getting them at a certain age. Guess not. That was such a great, efficient shave. I don't have no stinging. I got a little bit of tingling right here, but it's not even a sting. It's just a tingle. And then right here where I shaved that pimple off. But other than that, that is a perfect shave. So I'm going to let this sit on my face for about 30 seconds. I'm going to rinse it off. I'm rinsed off pretty good there. I've got my witch hazel here. I'm going to get it in my hand. We'll get it on our face here. So the aftershave I'm going to be going with is this Fine Accoutrements Italian Citrus here. If you could see, this aftershave is clear. No reason to shake it up. It doesn't have any ingredients that settle. But you know me, I'm going to shake the snot out of it anyway. We'll get this guy opened up. Get some in my hand here. Smells very, very nice. It's a little more citrusy. It's got a little, I was going to say lime. It's got a little bit more lemon in it than the Acqua di Parma Barbiere. Oh man, it's right there with it. But it's just a little bit more of a lemon scent to it and smells really, really good. Perfect for this time of year where it's really, really hot outside. So let's go over my final thoughts about this Aylsworth Apex SS Pro. This could definitely be a one and done if that's the route you want to take. I would recommend getting this with a standard plate when you first get into shaving. It is a little bit higher on the price point, but like I said, it's a one and done. I think it's $150, somewhere around there, in that ballpark anyway. And it does have a lifetime warranty. I would recommend getting the base plate and the plus plate, so you could begin with a standard plate. And did I say base plate? I don't even know what I'm saying. Standard plate and the plus plate. I would recommend getting both of them. Start with the standard plate until you you refine your technique, and then move up to the plus plate and excuse me, once you get a little bit more experience. I got a perfect shave with the plus plate. I got a one pass and then I did a little touch up, but other than that, it was a one pass shave, and I got BBS. I got perfect. Absolutely a razor that I'm going to go out and buy. Thank you, Siraj, over at Shave and Solitude, for sending this to me. I'm really, really happy with this guy. Happy enough that I'm going to go buy it. I recommend this to anybody. Just get both base plates. This is a good one to buy. You won't go wrong getting it. It's a really good razor. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. You guys take care of yourselves. God bless.